Thank you all for joining us today for this important discussion in the light of the last week's World Mental Health Day. We are very excited to have some of our mental health first aiders with us today, who will bring a wealth of knowledge and passion for mental health advocacy. Welcome Helen, Rose, Bethan, Lina, and Richard. You will all be sharing insights on the critical role mental well-being plays in both our personal and professional lives, and how we as individuals and as a company can take actionable steps to support ourselves and each other. From the Employee Assistance Program, Mental Health Awareness Days, and the mentoring initiatives, today's conversation hopefully will highlight valuable tools and ideas on creating a mentally healthy workplace. Please join me also in welcoming Rachel, who will be our host today. Hello, Rachel.
Hello. So, hello everyone. So as Justina has just highlighted what the details on today's session, I think I'm just going to dive in with the question straight away. Just a little bit of housekeeping to everyone present. Please do turn off your mics outside of your turn to respond, and absolutely the other way around. When it is your turn to respond, try and make sure that you switch your mics on. And for those watching, if you have any questions or comments, please do send these through to Justina for us to review and respond. So the first question is to Helen. Morning, Helen.
Morning.
How would you define mental wellness, and why is it important to prioritise mental health alongside physical health?
Mental wellness is a positive state of mental health that involves that you're feeling safe, you're secure, and you are in control of your thoughts, your emotion, and behavior. And mental health or wellness is more than just in the absence of mental illness. And you will notice that people with a good mental health, they are thriving in everyday life. They can cope up with the stress and challenges, and they even engage in a productive work. And in regards to priorities of mental and physical health, physical and mental health, they are both equally important in the components of our life, because our mind and body, they are interconnected. So when you take care of your mental health, it also safeguards our physical health.
Great, thank you, Helen. And then just over to you, Richard. So, sorry, to Bethan, diving off onto the next one. Bethan, Bethan, can you share a personal experience where mental health played a significant role in your life and how you navigated that?
So I have two examples of what I do for own mental health. Sometimes I find it really hard to sleep, especially after a very long, busy day at work. And so what I tend to do to help me sleep, I go to bed around about half an hour before I need to go to sleep. And I relax, and I always have some books by the side of my bed. And I always have a little read before I go to sleep. Sometimes it's 10 minutes, sometimes it's half an hour. But I find that that really helps me to unwind and sends me into a deeper sleep. My personal mental health is much better the next day after a good night's sleep. Another thing I do, especially if I'm stressed out or cannot think of a solution for something and have a mind block, I then go to the gym. I find the doing cardio really, really helps. Going to the gym in the morning helps me think more clearly and sets me up for the rest of the day. And I think that people actually notice when I've been to the gym as well. I know that sometimes in the morning, after going to the gym, I'll call Jill and I have all these ideas running out my mind, and she'll say to me, "Have you been to the gym, Bethan?" And I'll say yes. And on the other side of that, sometimes when I'm feeling a little bit down or I'm struggling to find answers to certain situations, Jill will say to me, "Bethan, I think you need to go to the gym." And I always find my answers there. After being to the gym in the morning, I have a much more positive outlook for the day ahead. And then the last thing from me, which is something I'm personally still actually working on, is asking for help. Sometimes I take everything on board myself, and I'm learning to share and take time to offload and talk to other people I trust. And as they say, a problem shared is a problem halved.
Oh, that's great, Bethan. Thank you. And over to you, Richard. So how do you maintain your mental well-being during challenging times, both professionally and personally, if you can?
I think it's really important that we do it ourselves, take that moment to reflect on when we're feeling that additional stress. for me, one of the things that really helps is practicing mindfulness, just grounding myself in the moment, even just, being aware of your breathing for a few minutes a day. It doesn't need to be a big chunk of your day, but just taking that time to focus on the breath coming in, feel that in your body, just reason to yourself, acknowledge the thoughts that you're having, don't analyze them, just acknowledge them, let them pass. And that helps kind of sift things through in my mind. But as well, much like and Bethan said, I think exercise is a really good way as well. It doesn't need to be particularly heavy exercise, can just be light, even, taking that time to walk, just take that moment to be with your thoughts, to feel yourself out in the world, to celebrate any achievements you feel within that, to distance yourself from those thoughts that you're having. I think that's a great way of managing it. But a big thing for me, following things you enjoy, passions, which like Bethan says with reading, just take that time to focus on something positive, to just give yourself time away from any stress you're feeling, to give yourself that time to recalibrate, to empty out your container. We've all got limits of how much we can take on. So when we take time to enjoy these things, we get rid of some of those negative emotions and refill ourselves with some more positive thoughts.
That's great, Richard. And I think one of the things that probably Raz will probably identify with, as we both share a love, as we both have dogs, and one of the things that I do is just walking in nature with my dog, which I just think is one of the most therapeutic things in the world to do, because they are just so happy when they're out running around. So yeah, and that kind of spills through to me as well. So Ros, just over to you then. So how can you recognise a team member who is struggling?
There are a number of ways that we can identify somebody that might be struggling. But I want to start with behavioural changes. So if you notice a colleague who is unusually a good worker, but then they start to underperform or is frequently absent, that could be a sign that they're struggling. Then there are also kind of emotional indicators are also kind of quite significant. Look for shifts in kind of people's demeanour. If somebody appears to be unusually withdrawn or irritable or expressing feelings of hopelessness, they may be also signs. Physical signs should also not be overlooked. So changes in things such as appearance or personal grooming, a notable weight fluctuation can be all indicators. Additionally, if someone frequently complains about physical symptoms like headaches or fatigue, they may also be tied to mental health challenges. We should also pay attention to communication patterns. So if a colleague becomes more isolated or avoids social interactions they have once enjoyed, it could be a signal that they're feeling a little bit overwhelmed. They may seem overly emotional or reactive, and that could also indicate possible challenges. And obviously, I just want to say, if you do recognise some of these signs, it's crucial to approach the situation with empathy, check in with the person privately and express concerns, and let them know that you're available to listen. However, it's also important to kind of respect boundaries. Not everybody will be ready to listen, to talk, but just letting somebody know that you're here can make a significant difference to the individual.
Thanks, Ros. That's really lovely to hear, actually. And then just moving over to Lena, what are some practical self-care strategies that we can incorporate into our daily lives to maintain mental health?
There are so many self-care strategies that we can incorporate into our daily life. But before we go into or choose those self-care strategies, I think we should be asking ourselves, what do you enjoy to do? What have you enjoyed to do in the past? Pardon. What strategies work best for people around us? What would you like to try? So try to make a list of goals and priorities and thinking about your mind and your body as well. So when you answer all those questions, then make a list of the things that you feel that is possible to do at the moment, or what would you like to try, or it's more appealing. And then when you make that list and choose from those things, then try for 2 weeks. So if you see that it works, then try to incorporate that activities that can go from start doing morning walks, or start cooking more often, or eating more health, or going to bed earlier, going to the gym. So try to incorporate that activity in your permanent routine. So because at the end of the day, self-care strategies is a necessity for everyone.
That's great. Thank you so much, Lena. And I'm just coming back to you then, Ros. As a company, what steps can we take to support the mental health of our team members?
Well, I think as a company, we actually do quite a lot, but there's always probably other things that we can do. So if anybody does have any other ideas, please share them. However, some of the things that we can do is create a culture of openness, and kind of create an environment where discussing mental health is encouraged and normalised. This can be achieved through regular kind of training, awareness programs that help everybody understand the importance of mental well-being. Then obviously we could provide, and we do provide, resources such as the EAP, the Employee Assistance Programs, articles, podcasts, and I think we've even kind of done some kind of mindful music at some point. But make sure that these resources are kind of well communicated throughout the company and accessible in places such as Z Connect. And we've obviously got a page on Z Connect. And also we do things through social media, our team social media. So just yet again, just highlighting the importance of some of these areas. Obviously doing well-being days or months where we highlight the importance of looking after the whole self. This demonstrates to individuals that mental well-being is valued and recognised as equally as important as physical health. Training, we do lots of training. We have obviously kind of equipped managers with the skills to recognise signs of mental health struggles in their team members, provide mental health first aid training for the key individuals. Obviously, some of us are already here, so they can approach these conversations, offer support, and know where to guide individuals if they need specialist help. Another really, really important thing is to build good team environment, which actually can be done by encouraging team building activities, social events, building strong relationships so we can actually create a sense of belonging and support team members. And the last point is also kind of building confidence with everybody. So if you do have concerns about somebody, or you spot some of the signs that I mentioned earlier, about having the confidence to kind of do something about it and not ignore it, either speaking with them privately or mention it to a manager or mental health first aider, so we can actually ensure that these team members have the right support.
That's great, Ros. Thank you. That's a huge wealth of knowledge there we're getting from Z. So we're very lucky to have all of those that we can bring. And so back to you then, Helen. So what tools or activities are available to our team members?
Yes, so I think I was still a bit of extra spotlight in here. Not long ago, Justina already been a part of the panelists when it comes to the mental health, and Justina have highlighted what we offer or what we do here at Zettatel. And reflecting back again, it put a wider smile again in my face, because it's really amazing how much dedication and support that Zed have done or are doing for the team members. And so I will just highlight some of that already been touched base by Ros. So there will be a bit of crossover. So one of which is what we do is training, like what Ros mentioned during induction. We dedicate a portion of our induction to highlight diversity and inclusion, where we emphasize our family-driven culture, because we want to raise awareness to our new team member that we create a safe environment where everyone can feel comfortable being themselves. And also mentoring. And the reason why we built we created an initiative out of mentoring, because when we have two properties before, our executive team are really hands-on with the guests and teams alike. And as we grow and continue to grow as a company, Zed really wanted to ensure that each one of us are being looked after. So we created this initiative mentoring so that we created a culture of inclusiveness. And we also have we build a wider community of mental health first aiders across various leadership roles. They're always available to support and ensure that mental health resources are accessible within each region. And Ross already mentioned also our senior leadership team has undergone comprehensive mental training to better understand about mental health. And this will help them or give them tools to foster a stronger relationship and create an open and supportive atmosphere in the workplace. And also again, Set Key Dates is led by Ross and Justina, who is on the call, and other committee who are Joji, Panos, David, and Katie. Additional new team member are Nadia and Loretta. So Zed has curated a calendar of significant events from the CIPD, celebrating at least 1 to 2 events of each month. And the best part of it is active involvement of team members who share their story and experiences in either an article or in a talk during this event. And also we dedicate a mental health month. And we also proudly support a charity which we get involved last Sunday, which is the Walk for Wellbeing. It's one of the most rewarding ways to make a positive difference. And we organize football, softball events, and even in the past, we have the volleyball. And even one of our senior team members, Francesco, who is also a personal trainer who hosts a fitness event. And we have social activities coming up. We got Halloween, Christmas party, family fun day. And then we also have a Q&A session with our executive team that give us regularly updates about the team and listen to their feedback, which is really important, ensuring that everyone feels heard and valued. We have also the Boys from Happiness Index. The platform is available 24/7, allowing team members to send us messages anytime. And lastly on my list is EAP. It's a hotline, is available also 24/7 to assist us in various concerns. And we also encourage the team to download the Spectrum application from EAP for additional support. And that's me. So this is what we offer to our team.
Again, lots and lots and lots there. That's really fantastic. And both Ros and Helen, you've both mentioned the EAP. So Lena, how can the EAP help some of our team members?
So employee assistance program, they can help in different areas. So they can help with personal counseling, legal information and guidance, financial debit, financial planning and debit advice, parenting helpline, so people that are going through pregnancy and birth, single parenting, sharing parenting, or teenager challenges, elder care, drug and alcohol misuse trainings happen on company request as well, and also bereavement support, where we had a case within the company and we reached them out for some support, and the family will praise the support, which was brilliant. So we can reach employee assistance program, like Helen mentioned, is 24/7, and they can be reached through telephone, is a free phone line, or through the live chat, WhatsApp and text, and through as well a wellbeing app that can be downloaded, and it can reach out for help.
That's great. Thank you so much. And see, all of those details are on SharePoint for any teams to have a look at as well. So I'm coming back to you now, Richard. So what's one actionable step that we can take today to contribute to a mentally healthier society?
I think the biggest step we can all take is just being comfortable and having that confidence in communicating about mental health. I think there's a lot of stigma in discussing things, so I think we can all help role model this. As Ros has talked, we aim within Zed to develop a culture of openness, but we can expand that out into our personal lives as well. I think, a few people have touched on checking in with people or asking for help, as Bethan said, that can feel like a big step. But if we're confident and comfortable in having those conversations, I think really those chats can change lives. I think it's so important we make this a common ground to make sure that everyone feels okay to with people, and as you say, to have that confidence in saying when you're struggling yourself. I think that's a big takeaway from today.
That's great. Thank you so much, Richard. And Bethan, I'm coming back to you now. And so can you say how a team, sorry, I'll start again. I'll put my teeth back in. Nearly got there throughout the whole presentation. But Bethan, can you say how a team advocate for their mental health needs in a professional setting?
I think Helen probably answered that question for me earlier with all the examples that she had, to know on how to advocate your own mental health. Just wanted to say that the walk of well-being was mentioned. I managed to walk on Sunday just gone, and what a great way to spend some time with colleagues, walking and talking and being part of a team, you know, in nature, walking in the park. It's a great support for your mental health. It was actually great to see some new faces this year that had not done the walk before. I really hope that they will be back and come and join next year. And then just to repeat what Helen said, really using, you know, the wellbeing app, turning to our EAP program, and then reaching out to our mental health first aiders, and not to be afraid to ask for help. And just remember, you know, the mental health first aiders are completely confidential. And also I'll just touch on the mentoring, really, just to a bigger reminder.
That's great. So it's a huge thanks then to all of our panel today for their responses to the questions. I think as a team, we're incredibly lucky to have the EAP programme and our own in-house mental health first aiders as well. Please do remember that there is a list on SharePoint, and you can turn to support to anyone on that list, anyone that you feel comfortable. It doesn't have to be your line manager. Sometimes it's actually easier to talk to somebody outside of that group. So there is an up-to-date list, and please do have a look at that. I'm a huge advocate for counselling, and talking really is the first step in identifying troubling emotions, thoughts and behaviours. And I would really encourage you to reach out if you need to, firstly in-house, and to use the EAP programme if you do need to. I'm just going to hand back to Justina now, so thanks very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Rachel, for hosting the call for us. Thank you to our panelists for amazing insights. Thank you for sharing your experience, your strategies, your coping techniques. It really shed the light on the importance of speaking about mental health. Mental health is just as important as our physical health. So we shouldn't underestimate the importance of it, so we should take care of it. Thank you so much for highlighting the Walk for Wellbeing and its importance in terms of building the team spirit, getting to work together in the nature. I'm sure that many team members can really benefit from the hints shared on this call. Please reach out if you need any help in terms of your mental health, if you need any guidance on financial struggles, if you have problems with stress management or anything else. Our EAP and the Wellbeing app are there for you. So are our mental health first aiders, our mentoring. We have so many ways to just speak about the mental health. So please just remember, it's okay not to be okay. It's nothing embarrassing about speaking that you struggle. We all go through difficult times in our lives. So let's be a great support to one another. Thank you once again for everything, everyone, and have a lovely day.
Bye.
Yep.
Bye.
Oh, it's a practice mode only.
What?
It's a practice mode, Miss B.
Bethan's just gone off. I've just stopped the recording. It's all right, she's still here. Panicked her slightly.
Well, I've got lots to do. Next. So practice.
No, it wasn't. We've done it. We've done the recording. Well done. Well done, everybody.
Oh, is that so?
you.
I thought it's only a practice.
Do we need to do it again?
Nope, we've done this. I think that was
Bye.
fabulous. Well done, everybody.
Exactly. There was only one section where I needed to put my teeth in, but we're fine.
Oh my
Thank you.
God.
Well done, everyone. Okay, see you soon. Take care.
Bye.
Hey guys,
Bye.
good day.
Bye.